Alright, so this just dropped. It's, I believe, similar to what we have over here. I think this will actually clear up some of the speculation that a lot of people have been expecting, but let's watch it. If I pull this up right now. Alright, at last, the time is upon us. Now, there is a slight difference on the Japanese version of this video. So if I pull this up and I go down here, okay, there are there are differences between this. I was about to say slight differences, but differences is already noticeable enough. I think that's Amasu's voice line, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. I think it might be. Well, this changes a lot about the celebration. Because yesterday, we thought it was gonna be more daima related, as we all know. Stephanie did tweet out that, or not tweet, post about the global Dokkan celebration. So we all thought, hey, Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku is officially coming. That almost doesn't look like the case anymore. Now, I could be wrong. They could add two additional, like, what you call it? I think they're gonna have 6 LRs for this celebration. Like, just like the 10th anniversary celebration, GDC might also have 6 LRs. Oh god. Oh god, this is gonna look so great on my wallet. You know? Hey, hey, at least we'll have 6 LRs. At least, because for all I know and for all I care, uh, whatchamacallit, for all I know and for all I care, we'll see some hype, at least. Now, in terms of, like, what I'm thinking, the first part of the celebration could be future saga related. If not, we could just look back on the post, which is this. It could be Vegito Blue and Rose. Let me just put that straight out. Vegito Blue and Rose. Not Zamasu. I don't think it's Zamasu. They wouldn't do that again because they already did that 2 years ago. Well, actually, a little less than 2 years ago, but you get the point. They could just go straight Vegito Blue and Rose, because that's what I'm thinking. It's blue is Vegito and Rose is always going to be, that pinkish magenta color. So if I look at the most recent Super Saiyan Rose, right? Let's see. Super Goku Black. How about that? Yeah, there we go. This is the most recent Super Saiyan Rose. And this is last year. Keep in mind that, this was probably the worst releases for a Super Boss's character. And as I've seen through history, usually Goku Blacks have been recently, been treated poorly compared to other past years. Like, Tech, LR, Zamasu, and Rose, They did phenomenal for like until like I believe 2022. They're still decent today, but keep in mind back then they were amazing. Much better in my opinion, and much well received compared to this one. Now, in terms of like Super ECAs, right? The most recent Super ECA that we got was this Physical Goku Black. He's still decent in my opinion. He, what you call it, has orb changing, good stats. He's a nuker, all that stuff. He's a great support as well. The only thing I don't like about him is just that, you know, you need this. And I hope they don't do. I hope they don't do restrictions like category or unit restrictions on this. What if it is a rose or not? But I just hope they don't do that, because that just makes me think they hate rose. They hate Goku Black in general. But I could also see this guy getting a super easy, and I'll talk about Vegito Blue as well, just for reference. Uh, let's be honest. I feel like he will potentially get a super easy. The last time he got an easy was in 2020. Shit, that was like after the 5th anniversary, huh? I think, was he a global first or was it? No. I think it was Vegito Blue that got the global release. But yeah, I feel like this Goku Black could get super easy. No, like I said, his kit's kind of bare bones, honestly. Because back in the day, when you pulled this guy in like 2016, he was definitely a pretty damn good lead. He supported, he can do damage. That's mostly when you wanted to focus on anyways, but still, he was really good. After EZA'd, he became better. He gave additional attack, which is a lot of what a lot of support units needed. He also got defense, which is another thing. But I don't know what else they'll do. But I could see this guy super easy. Now, if we're talking about like Vegito and all that stuff, that's a different thing. Because the last Vegito Blue we got was 2 years ago during the worldwide celebration. And everyone knew how that went. Vegito Blue, after you go into... No, it's actually... what you call it? God damn it. I have to pull them up like this, huh? Categories in the Future Saga. These guys. These guys, and then they go into Vegito. This Vegito is good. It's just these guys just suck. That's the only thing. But if I wanted to go back on it, right? Going into Fuse Fighters and all that shit. Where is Vegito? Blah, 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 blah. The Super Vegito was great because he got super easy. But then if we're talking about this guy, that's a different thing. Because this guy was actually very good on his ECA. It was actually one of the most busted units in Dokkan history for a little bit, until, you know, power creep you know what I'm talking about. Power creep exists. This guy's gonna get overshadowed. He's gonna get destroyed in most of the events nowadays. It's just that stuff. So when you pulled this guy, he was made to do counters. He was basically made to just counter and nothing more. When you EZA'd him, you not only have to focus on, you know, well, he also had additionals, but you still wanted to focus on counters. Also, if you wanted to do more damage, you had to you need to get this unit to do additional supers, so that when he counters, he can do more damage. But here's the thing: if they were to super easy him, and I assume they would, if you know it's future saga related stuff in here for part 1, then they had to beef him up crazily. Now, in terms of units that counter permanently, like AGL Super Vegito, I think they might hold back on those. You're probably thinking, wait, they made him pretty good. They made what you call it, Super Vegito's Super EZA very good, right? They did. And I'm not gonna lie, it's still pretty good. Not many people talk about it, but I think he's underrated in my opinion. Don't get me wrong. I know someone's gonna be like, no, he sucks. Or, he's okay, I guess. But if they want to do him right, you not only have to beef his stats a lot, but you also want the unit to at least, what at least give him crit. If you give him crit, that's fine, but you don't have to. Maybe guard or a scouter effect. This unit would look good with a scouter effect actually, and I'm pretty sure they'll add that in here just so that he can survive. This super attack effect is great. No, actually we're gonna keep it. It's great. Because with this, along with the super attack effect, or not the super attack, the super ECA passive and all that shit, he's gonna look pretty insane. So I think these two are gonna look very fine in the celebration. If they made this Future Saga related. Now, there's also another thing that I'm seeing people say about this is that it's that new event. Was it the Perfect Tag something cooperation event? One of those one? Is that a new one that's coming out? I think that might tie into tag units coming into play. Like an actual tag unit. We've had that already with LR killing Khalifa. Which we'll call it this unit. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring that into the mix, I guess. But who knows? You know, when is the announcement? I think it's tomorrow, right? Tomorrow or the... Crap, I have to look through this post again. So you did announce it somewhere. No. On the 2nd is when they'll announce the... is when they'll do the announcement for the announcement video of this celebration, and then they'll go more in detail into it. So we're gonna have to wait basically 4 days to an entire week to see what the hell happens now. So let me know how you guys feel about this. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, as long as a type, I have no problem. I have no problem with this. If there was a Future Saga, Vegito Blue, please no Zamasu. I know Zamasu's been treated super well, but let's give Goku Black a chance. Let's give him a chance. Come on. But let me know what you guys think. And as always, I will... Oh, yeah, let me fix this. I'll see you all in the next one.